We were just chilling yesterday on Easter Sunday, trying to mind our own business. Then all of a sudden, the freaking Ravens signed Odell Beckham Jr. for a lot of money, which surprised everyone because, first of all, the Ravens don't really throw the ball that much to wide receivers. Second of all, everyone thought Beckham was going to go to the Jets because they're going to get Rodgers, and Rodgers wants Beckham, and he made it pretty clear. They didn't get him. Then like an hour later, there's a rumor that pops up on Twitter that the Niners would be willing to trade Trey Lance for the second and a fourth. And I'm thinking, are these connected? Are these connected? The fact that the Jets seem to be blowing it, getting Aaron Rodgers, are the Niners floating this Trey Lance stuff, or is this Trey Lance stuff coming out because the Niners actually think they're in play for Aaron Rodgers?
Well, it's a tough question. So, first of all, I don't know the source, the guy who tweeted that out. I don't know who that is. I don't know.
Me neither.
Maybe it's legit. Maybe it's just some made up BS that he's like, reading the tea leaves, throwing something out, see if it sticks. That could be just
possible. Yeah.
So that's the first thing. As far as Aaron Rodgers, man, the only way I would be okay with trading Trey Lance is if they were to go get a guy like Aaron Rodgers. Yeah.
And I feel like that's the only way the fan base would be okay with it. Sorry to cut you off, but real quick, I put a poll out like 30 minutes ago saying, who do you want to start the season as the Niners quarterback? As of 30 minutes ago, 67% of the 1,000 votes have come in for Trey Lance. If they trade him, it's going to be very, very unpopular. The Niners don't really like to piss off their fans. Only way they'll be happy is if they get Aaron Rodgers in return.
Yeah, I mean, I think the 49er fans, a lot of them at least, they want at least the possibility of greatness. And if you aren't getting Aaron Rodgers and you're getting rid of Trey Lance, that kind of eliminates that possibility in my head, right? I think, again, this Brock Purdy's such a big question mark. Who knows how he's going to look when he returns? Who knows when he's going to return? And who knows if he ever has the potential of being great. With Trey Lance, it's an unknown. Maybe he doesn't end up working out at all. Maybe he's a complete bust one day. But the high side of Trey Lance makes a lot of fans they hope for greatness again, like they had before with Joe Montana and Steve Young and even Garcia, I guess you could say, right? And the only way that you're going to get past that with the fan base, I think, at least from my perspective, is with a guy like Aaron Rodgers. And I think that's definitely a possibility. I know the 49ers want him. I know Aaron Rodgers, despite him saying he's not going to San Fran, he originally wanted to be a 49er.
Yeah.
So I could definitely see it working out. He's from this area.
Does he seem like he knows what he wants? I mean, or does he seem like he changes his mind every 2 weeks?
I'm pretty sure if they were able to work it out in San Francisco, he might have said, "I'm not going to San Fran," because
he didn't think he would.
Yeah, but I think he would. Yeah.
I think he would too, and I feel like as long as the Jets keep bungling this, like what team is waiting in the weeds to get maybe the Ravens? The Ravens are interesting. Like, why did they go after Odell Beckham Jr. for Lamar? Or are they thinking, hey, man, if Lamar wants a fully guaranteed contract, why don't we trade him and go get Rodgers? You know what I'm saying? Maybe the Ravens do something like that. Maybe, I don't know, but it seems like the Niners could be that team. Maybe Baltimore's that team that gets Rodgers if the Jets fumble it, because they look like they're cutting close to fumbling this.
I didn't think about that. So that's an interesting point, like Aaron Rodgers going to the Ravens. But I did think, to me, what it meant, my immediate reaction was, I think this whole time the Ravens thought they were going to have Lamar Jackson back, and they used what they did for a negotiation tactic, right? And I think that's why a lot of the league hasn't made an offer on Lamar Jackson, because they know ultimately Baltimore is just going to match it, right? Because they have the opportunity to match whatever offer is given to Lamar Jackson. So the Ravens could just match whatever offer Lamar's given, and now whatever organization offered for him looks foolish for whatever quarterback they do bring in, right? Their second choice, or, they maybe have a quarterback on their team right now that everyone thinks is going to be the guy, but they tried to make an offer for Lamar Jackson that kind of undercuts whoever quarterback is on their team. So I think the Ravens, that's why Lamar Jackson's not getting an offer. I think the Ravens honestly planned this whole time, he'll be back. Worst case, we'll just give him what is that, 5th-year option or something like that, right? So I think Lamar Jackson's going back to the Ravens, honestly. And I think the Jets are still going to try to work it out with Aaron Rodgers. But if they're unable to, I definitely think the 49ers would be into that for sure.
So, okay, so if Lamar Jackson goes back to the Ravens and the Jets don't work it out with Rodgers, then the Niners are the team. So I think like it's people aren't really talking about this, but I think it's a very real possibility that the Niners, maybe they don't have as good of a chance as the Jets, but it feels like the Jets' chances are getting worse by the day. And the Niners are kind of chilling in Santa Clara being like, we don't really have a chance for this, do we? Do we? Yeah. Oh, we do. Oh, we do. Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas are messing this up.
Right.
Like, I don't know. So it seems to me that the fact that the Ravens pulled off this stunner yesterday, and then we get this report, which may or may not be true, about what the Niners are looking for Lance, it feels like it's not a coincidence. It feels like the more of a reality Aaron Rodgers becomes for the 49ers, the more willing they'd be to trade Trey Lance for whatever, frankly. Yeah. And they might even trade him for less than that if they get Aaron Rodgers, because frankly, no one would care anymore. Unless in 5 years, Rodgers is retired and Trey Lance is the next Aaron Rodgers. Then people would care, but not now.
Yeah, I mean, this situation with Rodgers, it feels like kind of like when Brady left the Patriots. A lot of guys were like, oh, we don't want him. I've seen that from some of the 49ers fan base. I think they changed their tune, though, as soon as he signed with the 49ers.
Yeah, didn't they just make this mistake with Tom Brady 3 years ago? Like, oh, he's done. You know, we want someone who has a future. Like, dude, just get the ring, please.
Yeah, dude, that's all I want. All I want is an elite quarterback, and Aaron Rodgers is that. I don't care about his politics or his personality. When he's on the field with the 49ers weapons, they'll definitely be top front runners to win that Super Bowl.
The only thing with Rodgers, though, is he is becoming like insufferable.
Yeah.
Like, not only is he a diva, attention. I'm not gonna say attention. Like, what's a nice way to say that? You know the word. But he's like, man, he's like worse than Favre was at the end. Like, is he gonna be there at OTAs? Is he gonna be there at minicamp? Like, he's such a diva, and you don't even know when he's gonna be on the field. He's still great though. He's still a much better option with what the Niners have, but he's annoying as hell.
I think a lot of that has to do with the situation they had out there in Green Bay. Like, I think he was frustrated with the lack of weapons he was given. I think he was frustrated because he wasn't involved with the roster building, right? Not making excuses for him at all.
No, you're right. You're right.
I don't like his
but I mean, he seems like the kind of guy, like, you could give him everything and he's still going to find a reason to be upset about something, but maybe not. We'll see.
I think if they're winning, if he comes to the 49ers, I think they would win a lot of games. And I think as long as he's winning, he's going to be happy. So I think it could work out. I'd want it. I would trade Trey Lance for Aaron Rodgers. I would. I know a lot of people get mad about that, but I would. And no question.
I feel like this is a reality. He would only cost the Niners $14 million against the cap. The Jets, again, all I was reading was two days ago. Oh, the Jets, they're going to have a visit with Odell Beckham Jr., and this shows that things are heating up with Aaron Rodgers. Well, Beckham signs with the Ravens. Are they still heating up with Jets and the Rodgers? With the Jets and Rodgers, or is that cooling down and are teams circling?
That's the thing too. Lamar Jackson put something on his Instagram story when Odell Beckham signed with the Ravens. So I think Lamar Jackson's going back. Like, he's happy. Cool. So I think it's really Aaron Rodgers. I think it's Aaron Rodgers. It is between the Jets and the Niners.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. And it seems like every day the Niners look like they're in a better spot. So something to watch. Game Time says, trade Trey, I'm done till Lynch, Kyle are gone. Yes. Again, I think the only way they trade Trey is if they get Aaron Rodgers, because it would be too unpopular, and the Niners really do care what their fans and critics say. Yeah. When was the last super unpopular thing the Niners did? When was the last time they said, screw what our fans think, we're going to do it anyway? Last time. Buckner. Correct.
Yeah.
Buckner. And they're still not living that down. They're sensitive about it. Josh Wyatt says Niners need to tackle a cornerback and an edge rusher. Those are premium positions that will go in the top 20 picks. Trading Trey doesn't make any sense if it doesn't help you move into that range. Well, it does. You have 11 picks and you get something you can package. You know, you could get up that high. You could.